You're doing one meal a day, right?
1 meal a day.
What are you eating in that one meal?
One meal, I'll typically eat a steak, broccoli, potatoes, and I'll switch out the carbs. Sometimes I'll eat pasta. Sometimes I'll eat potatoes. But it's a pretty big steak.
You know what? Let me try. I haven't done one meal a day. So let
Well,
me
you
try to eat one meal a day for 2 weeks and let's see how well it goes.
okay? Well, I don't want you to, because I don't want you to get in any trouble because you said you fainted one time doing it.
That was a long time ago, maybe
Okay,
like
no,
8 years ago.
yeah, because I do want to recommend to people like this is not advised by any means. Because some folks, when they try OMAD, it doesn't work for them. But for some folks, it really works for them. So I'm just one of those folks where I've been doing OMAD for 2 years and I do not see myself going back. Well, I'm going to have to somewhat compromise when I'm in a long term relationship because here's what I found out, Harsh. Food makes up a large part of relationships, especially it's going to be with you because you don't drink either. Um, and for me, and let's say the person you're dating is not going to drink. So a lot of when you're traveling, like the food thing is going to be a staple of it. And if you're going to a new place and you're like, well, I'm not eating till night, you're becoming a buzzkill of sorts. so so you gotta try it out, man. But I kid you not, bro. My brother came to Tampa a couple of weeks ago. We had a bunch of get-togethers, and I broke the OMAD. I was eating throughout the day. I was eating pretty healthy too. The typical 3 to 5 meals. I don't know how people do it, dude. Because I had brain fog like none other. I was yawning, and afterwards I ate. It's like, oh man, I gotta work right now. I don't really want to work. I want to take a nap. So I give props to folks that eat 3 to 5 meals and still remain productive.
Let me try. Today is the 28th of July, right? Let me eat OMAD for 10 days. I'll get back to you on how it goes for me.
Okay, for sure. I think in terms of like recent memory, like if your perspective is 100 to 200 years, OMAD sounds ridiculous. But I think if your perspective is history, OMAD actually makes a lot of sense. I didn't see our ancient ancestors eating 3 to 5 at times a day. I think they had to hunt. They had to get their work done. Then they enjoyed the satisfaction of eating. If they were just eating a lot, I would say eating a lot is like jerking off as soon as you wake up in the morning. There's no desire to do more. And I saw this documentary. I don't know how accurate it is about how a bunch of cereal companies created the concept of breakfast so they could
Yeah,
sell more cereal.
Kellogg did
Oh,
that,
you heard
yes.
about this? Oh, so is it
Yes,
true?
Kellogg. It's true. Breakfast is the most important meal of the day, is something Kellogg's came up with. It
No
was their
way.
marketing jingle. Think of it like this:
Hmm.
people typically did not eat breakfast unless they were working in a farm. And I'm basing this off, say, even ancient writings, right? If you
Right.
read ancient writings, if you were eating breakfast, it used to be considered gluttony. Where, hey, this guy's eating breakfast, he's eating right after waking up, he's a glutton. And the only people who could eat breakfast without getting, mocked were people who were like slaves and they were working on a farm and they would be given a biscuit or something. Here, eat this, go work on the farm like a bitch. But people
Hmm.
were not eating breakfast all the time. But you had this thing, the Industrial Revolution. And with the Industrial Revolution, the concept came in where you sit and you work all day and then you go home and you're not moving around too much. And with the Industrial Revolution, two new concepts came up. The word boredom was invented. It didn't exist in the vocabulary before. And secondly,
Interesting.
breakfast became more important. So the word boredom just did not exist before. The concept,
Right.
I'm bored, this thing wasn't a thing. It's a modern thing after the industrial age, not stimulated enough or bored. And the concept of breakfast became popular after the industrial age.
Interesting. I never knew that.